quickly destroy the archaeotech engine.
Nothing could be done hastily and prudently, Brother Barracuda.
So answers an apothecary.
I'm in place.
I am in place.
The knots are uncounted.
In position.
Waypoint reached. All die.
Avenge me, brothers! We have to quickly destroy the Archaeotech engine.
Nothing can be done hastily and prudently, Brother Barricade.
So answers an apothecary. Warning!
I'm in place.
I am in place.
The Xenos are uncounted.
In position.
Waypoint reached. All die.
quickly destroy the Archaeotech engine.
Nothing can be done hastily and prudently, Brother Barricade.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Angry Badger Minis. Hopefully everything is working. You should be able to hear me, no problem. And I apologize, I was doing two things. I was putting these together or finishing them up. These cultists that I told you about, these Chaos Marines, they're kind of old. The older ones anyway. But they came in the Exterminator? No. I don't know. What the... Hold on, I got it right here. Assassinorium Execution Force. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. That's those guys right there. Anyway, never pass up a model, so there you have it. And I was defeating somebody in Horus Heresy Drop Assault, that game, and I was also playing Raid Shadow of the Legend. No, I'm kidding. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. But I was playing that as well. And I just couldn't stop. Alright, so first things first, we're going to knock out this White Dwarf review. Just got this in the mail today. It's got a pretty snazzy cover. I know that's fantasy, of course. Some kind of weird boy maybe, or magician or something, I don't know. But shaman. Let me open this up here. Get it away from the camera, or I mean the microphone a little bit, so hopefully it won't be so annoying. I really wish they wouldn't send it in the mail like this though. They never do it in a consistent pattern, because see this right here? That irritates the crap out of me. I'm paying for a freaking, a full-on subscription, and this is how I get it, I think it should be in cardboard, if you ask me, but whatever. Alright, let me get this up a little bit higher. Drop that a little lower. We've also been working on the game room and other stuff that we have to do. So apologize for being away. So what do we got here? I'm starting to think maybe this light needs to get turned off. Let me see here. One of these days I'm going to figure this out, right? Okay. That looks better-ish. Some guy named Lyle Lowry. Don't know who that is. Managing editor. That doesn't really mean anything to me. Spooky time. Okay, so obviously they're trying to really push the new Space Hulk-ish kill team sets. That's I don't know. I think that's lame on the spooky part. What do we got over here? We've got some orcs. I'm not sure why they're painted in yellow. I never understood that. Looks like we got some Age of Sigmar 16, Warhammer 40K, Black Templars on 76. This looks like Age of Sigmar or Warcry on 56. Or I said 76, 56, 104. Maybe that's Horus Heresy. I think so, on 104. So that could be cool. Included in this issue, 4 double-sided cards with a Great Stomp campaign that you can either control or pillage. There's also another double-sided campaign achievement card, just like the ones in issue 479, for anyone new who wants to join your campaign. That'd be great, except I don't have anybody to play with. Alright, let's see here. Flashpoint Rondel, the Wa, Surges South. Great Stomp Part 2, the Roaming Dead take on a horde of Deadwalker zombies and 2 spooky battle plans. That could be interesting. That's something I was kind of planning on doing. I don't play Zombicide. I've kind of wanted to, but I want to have something like that. I'll either use Poxwalkers or whatever. Although, gosh, I forget the name of the people that make some really cool zombies. It's not Games Workshop. Dang, I forget who they are. Well, anyway, I'm going to be looking those up at some point. Legionnaires of the Dark Creed, new Warcry campaign and background for Bellacor's loyal servants. Okay. Heart of Gur. The miniatures designers tell us all about the models and terrain in the new Warcry set. Flashpoint Nephilim. The Breach reinforced the Imperial Fist and Black Templars joined forces against the encroaching Necrons. Necrons Army of Renown, Flashpoint Nephilim, a new variant army list for the Necrons, the Destroyer Heavy Annihilation Legion. Well, I have a lot of destroyers from my old one. That might be interesting. I say I have a lot. I have, let's see, I have 6 heavy destroyers, 3 heavy destroyers, and then a Destroyer Lord. That's what I got. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I've got 9 destroyers and 3 heavy destroyers. I don't know. Something like that. Kill team engaged. The Dwarfers head into space for the next stage of their campaign. I'm assuming they're talking about the Votan. Something like that. Battle report. The Fate of Barbarous Part 2. Can the Death Guard hold out against Lionel Johnson and his allies? Barbarous burning. The outcome of the war on Barbarous recorded in history for all time. The Armored Fist of the Legion. 3 new missions for Horus Heresy centered around the Land Raider Proteus carrier. The Master of Rivendell. Tactics and strategies for Elrond, Master of Rivendell. Hunger in the Dark, an intrepid explorer is trapped in a mountain full of ghouls in this Warhammer horror story. Inside the studio, check out the games we played and the models we painted this month. Okay. So, we've got contact painting question. These look like the Necromunda guys. Oh, they are. Hello. Hello, I'm planning to get my group's Necromunda campaign up and running. Trying to work out how to match the studio's paint scheme for the Delic, Nakghouls, and Psygeists. I think I've worked out a method for the coats using Mournfang Brown shaded with Cygor Brown, but I'd love to know how they painted them as well as the other details such as their pale skin and metallic body of the Pacian Spectre, maybe? I don't know. They're kind of cool models. Necron Warriors by Scott Hall. Those aren't bad. A lot of pink, though. Some Blood Bowl. Model of the Month, Lilith. Yeah, I think this is the one that's on top of the big, like, Rhino Beetle. And I have that. So I've thought about actually taking it off myself, you know, magnetizing it and that kind of thing, and doing the same thing that guy did. Now that's not a bad Tyranid color scheme. Probably, I don't know, I kind of like that. See, the problem I'm having with figuring out how I want things to be painted, there's so many black armies. You know what I mean? Or have a lot of black on them, from Sisters of Battle to Black Templars to the Raven Wing to what do you call it? I can't think of these orcs. The Goths, orcs, Eonden, Black Legion, Army and Ulthway, not Eonden. Ulthway. I always screw that up. Yeah, Black Legion. You've got black inside pretty much all except for 1,000 Suns. Chaos Armies. There's just a lot of black, and it just makes for a very dull, thing. So I'm always looking for another way to go. Although OSL lighting might be the way I need to paint everything. For those of you who don't know what OSL is, it means objective source. Objective source lighting. Death Worlds, Catachan, Fenris. I don't know what these are. If these are aliens or just... Can't really make that out. Worlds of Warhammer. Shrine and Cardinal Worlds. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on here. Feudal Worlds, Hive Worlds, Death Worlds, Agri Worlds. Why I don't understand this. This says classifying the myriad worlds of the Imperium of Mankind, but you've got both Stormcast and Primaris, and then that's it. I mean, all of this is 40K, so I don't get that. And now we're into Age of Sigmar section. The Wa surges south, rallying the tribes. Not really into Age of Sigmar yet, at least. Boy, that's gotta hurt, man. They literally embedded those spike things into this guy's arm. He's gotta be hating life. Let alone, you know, his whatever, you know, rock, crystalline tusk / skull. Territory cards. Okay, so we've got some missions here. Here we go. The Roaming Dead. With Halloween upon us, we've been discussing how much fun it would be to play a game against a shambling horde of undead. So we wrote 2 battle plans and some additional rules that pit players against endless waves of them. In these battle plans, the Deadwalker zombies are controlled by the game rather than commanded by a player. Oh, sounds just like my Space Hulk game. That means you and your friends will need to team up and work together if you are to prevail. The first battle plan, A Night in Ulfenkarn, Ulfenkarn, is for 1 to 4 players. In this battle, each player controls a single hero as you search the streets of the cursed city for 3 valuable relics. Yeah, so all of these are cursed city zombies, which means they'll be repeated. Yeah. I don't really like that. Anyway, as the battle requires only 20 zombies, it makes it very easy to prepare for. In the second battle plan, Return of the Zombie Horde, the players command an army and face off against a tide of Deadwalkers as it threatens to overrun a settlement. The battle plan scales up depending on how many Deadwalker zombies you have to hand. The more you have, the bigger your army can be. In this battle, you and your friends will have to make important choices as to when you should hold your ground and try to slow the horde's advance, and when you need to cut your losses, retreat, and regroup. Sorry, I looked at the picture for a minute and lost my place. The morale of your units has great importance in this battle, and failing a battle shock test at a crucial moment can have dire consequences. These battle plans use the zombie horde rules found on pages 32 through 35. These rules are an AI system of sorts, allowing the game to control the Deadwalker zombies. These rules can even be used in battle plans of your own devising. For example, you could play a scenario where one army has to run a gauntlet of zombies encroaching from either side, or perhaps a battle between 2 different armies could take on a whole new dynamic when a horde of zombies suddenly arrives on the edge of the battlefield. Right. Done that. Zombie horde rules. The following rules allow you to battle against shambling hordes of Deadwalker zombies controlled by the game. These units are referred to as roaming Deadwalker zombies, and collectively they are referred to as the zombie horde. The battle plan will tell you how many units of roaming Deadwalker zombies are in the zombie horde. If you're playing against the zombie horde, gosh, how many times are we going to say the word zombie horde? In a battle plan of your own creation, you must choose how many units are in it. The question is, how many do you dare to face at once? All of them. Optional rule, impervious to pain. Both the battle plans and the article use the optional rule below. This rule will make each zombie a much scarier threat, which is great if you don't have many in your collection. Even when armed with the most powerful... You know what? I like that. So you're sort of in some way catering to those that don't have any in their collection, and you're not making this where they've got to go out and buy more. Impervious to pain. Even when armed with the most powerful weapons, most blows seem to have little effect on slowing the advance of these creatures. Only a well-placed strike to the head can bring them down. Attacks that target Deadwalker zombies only wound on an unmodified wound roll of 6. Yeah, I'm game. Unless the battle plan states otherwise, at the start of each battle round, the player rolls the dice on a 1 to 3. The zombie horde takes the first turn. Wait. Unless the battle plan states otherwise, at the start of each battle round, the player rolls the dice. On 1 to 3, the zombie horde takes the first turn. On a 4+, the player takes the first turn. Okay. The zombie horde turn, action, combat, battle shock phase. These are the cards for the WA thing. We have zombie behavior table. Any models within 3 inches of any enemy models. Mindless, undead, hold, rampage. Any models between 3 and 12 inches of any enemy models. Mindless, undead, hold, charge. All models more than 12 inches. Excuse me. Mindless, undead, hold, shambling, advance. Roaming Deadwalker zombie profile. Mindless undead. Combat phase, allocating wounds. Looks like we have a scenario here. A knight in Ulfenkarn. There's another one. Return of the Zombie Horde. Hopefully you guys get what I'm doing. Glory Hunters. This looks like Warcry. It is. Free Guild Tribe of Akshi, Spire Tyrants, Temple of Hag Trial, no, Tall. Some kind of snake people. Iron Golems, almost look like Chaos Warriors. Okay. I think we just have a bunch of people's armies here. I guess to give you something, some sort of idea. Whoa, that is a lot of green. Or bright green, I mean to say. That's kind of a neat little terrain board. See how they did it too. They used a bunch of cork sheet broken up on top to make the broken ground. That's really nice. Some terrain here. I guess they're showing how to paint the terrain. Legionnaires of the Dark Creed. Heart of Gur, the Rotmeyer Creed. There's a lot of Warcry stuff in here. Holy crap. I don't know, maybe I'll get into it someday. We'll see. Focus right now, putting together models and getting the game room squared away. Breach Reinforced, Flashpoint Nephilim. Imperial Fists helping out Black Templars, I guess, or vice versa. I think it's Imperial Fists have come in to give reinforcements because I think the Black Templars were already there. Oh boy, Rebute, get him in. Oh, you know what? Now I understand. It's not It's not the destroyers that I have. It's these things, the Scorpec destroyers. So what the heck are my things called? I wonder. I mean, I know they don't make them anymore, but I wonder how that works out. At least I still have the rules, right? Oh wait, no. What? This is what it is. This is the new one, right? I know you have Scorpec destroyers, but then you've got that thing. Kill team engage. I'm curious if this downed pipe with all the cables running through it and things like that with the piece of steel girder here, if this is part of the terrain or it's something that was added.
Jokero Jim. That's a lowest heavy destroyer.
Okay. So they still have those, you know, floating destroyers, right? I don't have that model. I have the old stuff. Oh, that's nice.
Jokero Jim. Locust.
Yeah, I understood what you were saying. Let's see here. We are all made of stardust. 1,000 suns. Nice. It's kind of a neat, clean look here. I mean, it doesn't look like they painted it at all, other than maybe dry brushed it, painted a couple little things, and then they did, of course, the hazard stripes on top, which I don't know why they did that. I'm curious. Maybe to make it easier to make out the board. I don't know. It definitely doesn't look like they painted it. If it's a dry brush, it's a very light dry brush, I can tell you that. You know, this right here compared to this being painted. The Fate of Barbarous Part 2. Horus Heresy. Let me see. Does that work? Do we have enough light? Hey! Quick, somebody take a picture of this so we know this is how we need to be set up. I can't really see it that well, but... So, like, I have 20/10 vision, but my eyes are like super sensitive because I'm wearing shades all the time for eye protection on the ranges. So any type of light or whatever, you know, in a lot of ways kind of blinds me. Or, you know, the reverse effect. Iron Warriors, boy, right there. So, okay.
Jokero
Suck it
Jim.
up.
Is this the Dark Angels vs Death Guard campaign?
Yes it is. And right here, you've got Lionel Johnson against I guess this is a Contemptor Dreadnought or of some type from the Death Guard. I don't know who these guys are. But I think the Iron Warriors have come in to help out or something. And I'm curious if I want to just paint my Iron Warriors more lighter like this. The issue I'm having is being able to take photos, even making it matte. Yeah, so the Iron Warriors, it looks like, have come in to reinforce the Death Guard, it appears. Well, we've got Sons of Horus is here as well. Looks like Dark Angels are... Oh, Space Wolves here as well. Looks like it just got real. Alright, so let's do this. Since they've got kind of a little thing going on here with showing what's happening here. So wait a minute. Now they're talking about the type of model. They're not talking about the forces, but looks like we got Sons of Horus here and some Death Guard engaging Dark Angels here. This looks like Night Lords. I'm pretty sure. Wait a minute. Let's see that. No, that's Dark Angels. It's just a weird. They've got some blue mixed in with the black, which is fine. And Space Wolves. Space Wolves. Might be Space Wolves. It's a little far away to see. Raven Guard, I guess, are in this as well. I was correct. Sons of Horus over here. Sorry. Engaging, looks like Lehman Russ. Yep, Lehman Russ right there. I'm wondering, I have the books up here, but I haven't read any of them yet. I have both the rule book and for Liber Hereticus and Astartes. I'm wondering if the rules are more to my liking than 40K these days. And if you could just, you know, play that way. Alright, what do we got here? So, alright, this will tell us who was all in there. So it looks like it was a 6-player match. Alright, we've got Dark Angels. We got Space Wolves, Raven Guard, Death Guard, Sons of Horus, and Iron Warriors. Yes. So I called it on all those. Barbarous Burning. So this is the story of it. And it's roughly... Okay, so the story is apparently 1, 2, 3 pages, and then we have some rules for battle doctrine for a couple of different missions. I don't care about that. So if I put this up correctly, you guys will be able to do a little screenshotting. Did I say that? This way you can read it. And not have to listen to my crummy non-Voldemort voice. Put this up for you guys.
Jokero Jim. Is this why the Dark Angels and Space Wolves were late to the siege?
I'm not exactly sure, to be honest with you, because I thought that they were both not together at the time and were doing 2 different missions. As a matter of fact, oh gosh, what was it that Lionel Johnson told somebody, I think it was the Imperial Fist or somebody, that they could not support them, or who was that? But I'm pretty sure they weren't together at the time. Let me see. Sanction. Okay, so that's not covering it. Okay, so no, it says basically after the fall of Barbarous, as the conflict of Barbarous came to a close, the Primarchs looked to their next targets. The Lion and Russ parted ways. Like I said, I thought that they weren't together. Carrying on their campaigns of vengeance against the traitors as they each saw fit. Russ's remnant fleet struck out to bring the Emperor's executioners to traitor forces towards the galactic core. The Lion's main force made its way toward the Spinward West. Smaller splinter fleets enacting their Primarchs censured throughout the region. In their wake, the shattered remains of fallen Barbarous hung in the void, silent as the grave. So yeah, Terra hadn't happened yet. I was pretty sure about that. Okay, hold on. Let me get this up for you guys. Why are you showing people so they can screenshot it? They need to just buy the White Dwarf. No, they don't have to do that.
Jokero Jim. Ah, okay.
What have you guys thought about, I learned how to do those YouTube shorts and now I figured out you can do it for 60 seconds. What do you guys think about that? I mean, was that pretty good to go or not worth the time? One of the videos got 1.7 thousand views, which is crazy. And all I don't know if it was all I was doing was showing some models that I found. So, let's see here. I'll hand it to Games Workshop, man, or whoever does the setups for the dioramas. They're really awesome. I really like them. Look at that Ultramarine, Horus Heresy Ultramarines, I mean to say. The Master of Rivendell. Nobody cares. Middle Earth, nobody cares. I don't care. I'll put it that way. Hunger in the Dark. Can you help Pythias escape the Morden's lair? What?
Jokero Jim. In that short, I thought you were in a game store, but then I remembered you talking about your backlog, smiling face with open mouth and tightly closed eyes.
Well, besides me laughing at what she's describing of your emote, no, there's not a game store around me that is, I would say, as neat and clean as my stuff is now, nor as organized. And the only one we have that's right near me, they don't even really do 40K and stuff anymore. I mean, they'll do it, you can line up with some people and do a little small game or something on the game table. I mean, not game table, on some plastic tables or whatever, but that's about it. They don't really have any dedicated terrain. You got to bring all the stuff yourself and whatnot, which isn't necessarily an issue. I mean, I did all that stuff back in the day, but I'm hoping that once I get things squared away, that maybe I'll link up with some of these guys and maybe they'll come over and we'll play some, you know, with all the stuff that I have, and who knows, maybe we'll even video it or something as a battle report. But and then the next one that I would go to is about an hour away, and I met with the guy, I think I told you guys this in a few videos past, that you know, all this is Black Library. Basically nobody's buying any of the armies anymore for 40K or anything, and they're just playing small stuff like Warcry and Kill Team. Nobody cares about the bigger stuff anymore. So he's got boxes in there of stuff that, you know, has been, I mean, GW stopped selling it a year ago. Season of Skirmish. I mean, they're really promoting this, you know. So that's a big part of it, probably, in the marketing. Hobby bingo. I've never done any of these things. What am I supposed to do? Let's just see. Join us for White Dwarf Hobby Bingo 2022. Let us know how you're doing. How does it work? Are you supposed to paint everything? Is that how it works? Yeah, okay. So I guess you paint a hero, a character, fortification or scenery. Dude, oh my gosh, man. In 1 month? Oh, wait a minute. They got, here's a hero character, hero character.
Jokero Jim.
I don't know. It's
Have
crazy.
you been reading The Siege of Terra? There's 2 books left before the finale.
No. I kind of gave up on trying to keep track of all that. I'm hoping that, and I may screw up and I may have to just get them all off of eBay, but I'm hoping that once everything is done, that they'll put some omnibuses together, and then I'll just buy those, I guess, or maybe I can get some of the books, you know, off of eBay or something. But I've lost track of the order, and it's just, I don't know, it's beyond me at the moment. What I do have good news about, now that we're done with this, so I don't know if you remember me telling you about and showing you guys about the 2 Land Raiders that I bought used off of eBay. Well, I showed you the pictures. Whoops, gosh, they were pretty nasty. Okay, the Land Raiders, and they were even more so when they got here. I kind of should have taken pictures, but I didn't. I mean, when I tell you they were bad, they were bad. The pictures he had did not even do it justice as far as how bad they were. But I put them in the industrial strength. Sonic cleaner, and we are as good as new. Other than the pieces that I already have molds for that I'll need to, you know, replace things like that on top and, you know, stuff like that. You know, put some stuff back together, re-glue some things because the glue came apart. But I mean, take a look at this dude. Oh, and he was scraping off, looks like, the Imperial Aquila here, you know, for his Chaos Marines. And that's no big deal. I mean, I can easily put, you know, something over that or whatever. But there you have it, guys. Literally have, what was I gonna say? I literally, and I have extra parts and stuff like that as well. But literally have 2 Land Raiders. The other one's being stripped as we speak. But I literally have 2 Land Raiders that would have cost me 80-90 bucks a piece, you know, and now I have 2 for the price of 1, basically. So, and it's nice and smooth. I don't have any, you know, real rough stuff. It's just stained, as you can see, but that's not going to matter once you paint it. I mean, it's good to go. Doors work, you know, I just got to put that back in. None of this is like a big deal. I mean, right there, and just put it in, and then just push it together, and then, you know, boom. So, super happy about that. I've got, like I said, extra las cannon bits, and whatever I don't have, I have the ability to just cast it because we made the mold of the Land Raiders that we did. So, been doing a lot of like odd projects like this, you know, along with getting the game room squared away. Tomorrow I go and buy all the lumber for the game table, or most of it anyway, except for the plywood. We've already got that. You saw that in the short.
Jokero
Gosh, boy,
Jim.
I'm just nailing this thing.
Which legion are they going to?
So that's the question. I have 1 brand new Land Raider in a box, Chaos Land Raider. And what I was considering doing, I feel like because my Iron Warriors are such a smaller unit, and they would be siege, in my opinion, they deserve 2 Land Raiders. So, since I'm trying to paint the Iron Warriors in such a way that you can make out everything. I'm just not happy with how the color's coming out, but you can make out everything, and it's not just a dark blob on the table, and dark blob and yellow, caution stripes, but that they're also dirty, from like being in trenches, that kind of thing, because that's what they do. They dig trenches, if you will, or did. And I thought these Land Raiders would be perfect for that army, and then just shift the new one over to, say, 1,000 Suns, because they're more, pretty and that kind of thing. That way, these guys, the Iron Warriors, will have 2 Land Raiders. They'll have a couple of Rhinos, maybe. I'm not even sure I want to bother with that for that army. And 4 Hell Brutes. I'm gonna give the Chaos Titan, the Chaos Knight to the Iron Warriors. What else? What else do I have? Gosh, can't remember now. Oh, we've got 2 squads of Terminators. Those are going over to the Iron Warriors. And yeah, so we'll have 30 Iron Warriors Chaos Space Marines, which we need to put these other 20 together right here. I just have to, because I got these for such a great deal without the box and instructions, I gotta look up the instructions a little bit, just because I want to see what options I have. If I have extra stuff, then I'm going to set it off to the side. But here's 20 Chaos Space Marines worth, and we've already got 10 put together. The only problem with these is I've only got 1 Reaper autocannon in the entire army, which is fine. I mean, I say it's a problem, it's not a problem. But these have, Melta, Plasma, Flamer, all that. So what I'm definitely going to be magnetizing those. Whoever that troop is will get a magnet, to deal with it. The only issue I see, well, I guess it's not really an issue. Oh, I see how they did it. Dang. So they want me to cut it off at the wrist to be able to put a weapon on. That's not good, because well, I guess it is what it is. But anyway, I'm also, because these are a lot less pointy with a lot less crazy details and stuff, I'm gonna make another mold of these guys, of a couple of these, different guys, put them together in a certain way or whatever. Probably hornless, because I don't really like the horns anyway. And then I'll probably over time beef up my Iron Warriors, to the point that I can fill up the shells. So that's where we're at with that. So yeah, I was thinking about putting some of these guys together tonight. Haven't had a chance to assemble anything in a while. Sorry, I had a bunch of cashew peanuts and I am sweating to death. Carbs kicking in, I guess. I don't eat a lot of carbs. Yeah, let's go ahead and let's take a look at some of these. Analyze these legs real quick. I need some more light though. Oh, I bought like a kick-ass light for downstairs for painting. What's it called?
Jokero Jim, do you have a legion you don't like painting?
No. I see. Okay, so I'm glad you asked that question, or it's coincidental you asked that question as well. So I don't even know who this guy was. I've never seen him before on the internet. There's I think he might be Scottish or Irish. I can't tell. He's got red hair, red beard, red dreadlocks. Was wearing a ball cap, and then behind him it's like he's inside of a brick alcove or something. I don't know. As his backdrop, but he did a video about have you bought too much Warhammer? Are you buying too much Warhammer? Something like that. And of course, when I saw the title, I laughed my ass off. So I'm like, dude, I don't think anyone has as much Warhammer as I do. I mean, I'm sure I'm wrong, but I've never seen it. Like, I look at these videos that guys put out about their pile of shame, and I just laugh. Cause I'm like, dude, you don't even understand. You do not understand. It's like I got my own little Warhammer museum, if you will. But no, I don't. I mean, that was something he talked about, was, you know, painting burnout and stuff like that. And I don't really have. I think the only thing that I'm gonna not like painting is going to be the Tau. To be completely honest with you, I have Tau models, obviously, and as you know, if you guys have been following me or whatever, you know how much I hated putting them together. It took me a while to put them together, and there's not near enough Tau, you know, as I have Space Marines, Chaos Marines, Demons, blah blah blah. I cannot rationalize in my head a good color scheme that I will be happy with the Tau. I just don't have one. I've looked at multiple images for years, and I've yet to see anything that's worth a damn. Now, that being said, the only thing that pops in my head that would be worth it, well, okay, I say worth it, I'd have to do a lot of conversions, would be if I had enough shield drones to give them kind of a rice paddy hat, all of them, then I would really enjoy my Tau, I think. And then I would do something along the lines of, you know, more samurai ninja-ish color tones, maybe, you know, earth tones, something like that. But it, you know, the helmets are stupid. They're just dumb. I don't like them at all. I definitely don't like the helmetless, you know, look like the ethereals. I have them, or I think I have one or two, but I don't like it. I mean, you know, he definitely needs, you know, a freaking dang rice paddy daddy hat on. Now I can't think of any Legion. I don't know. I was sitting down day before yesterday, admiring what I was able to get done in the game room, and I was thinking about how many Space Marines I actually have, and I don't know exactly. I know that it's gotta be a couple thousand, and that's not talking about the ones that are put together. I'm talking about
Jokero Jim. Do you Vespids or Kroot?
Kroot. So Vespids are dumb. I think they're dumb. They look stupid. Unless they come out with another model. I don't know. And I have Tau, and then I have an entire Kroot army as well. I'm trying to remember how many boxes of Kroot I had. But back in the day, you could field a Kroot army. You know what I mean? And so I have
Jokero Jim. A couple thousand?
Oh yeah, dude. I'm not kidding. So if you took away all of the space, you know, regular Imperial Space Marines that I have put together through this YouTube video or channel, which is, let's see here, we've got Space Wolves are done, Blood Angels are done, Black Templars are done, Dark Angels are done, and that means Deathwing, Ravenwing, and regular Dark Angels, and they're not small armies, none of these are. Hell, the freaking Space Wolves, I forget how many Terminators or Wolfguard are in that thing. Let's see, who else? The Salamander's army that I gave my wife. That one's already painted, of course. Except for the drop pod. Let's see. Death Watch are put together. Grey Knight Terminators are put together. Or Grey Knights, I'm sorry, all the Grey Knights are put together. So if you take all of those and set them aside, I probably still have a couple thousand regular firstborn Space Marines. That's not even including Primaris Marines and all that stuff. So I'm trying to think. I want a sizable Salamander's army. I don't have the makeup to do a chapter, which would be awesome, but I don't have the ability to do that unless I just faux it, you know, with the molds and stuff like that, which I could do. And maybe I will, I don't know. But ideally what I would love to see is a representation of all of the, at least the main chapters. I say that and then I can't stand looking at regular Blood Angels. I like the Flesh Terrors, but at least I want to have a contingent force of Flesh Terrors. Let's see. I've got you know, my personal Space Marine chapter that I made, Soul Keepers, and then we've got gosh, man. I mean, I pretty much have all the. I'm gonna have to do some Ultramarines at some point, like some, because I've got models, like character models and stuff that are Ultramarine models, and they're metal, and I'm not gonna ruin the model by cutting off the, you know, the Omega symbol or whatever the hell it is, the Ultramarine, you know, U, and so it may not be a huge one, but I will have some Ultramarines. Maybe we'll just have battle reports with them and they'll get eaten up by Tyranids constantly. So, but yeah, it's, I mean, I'm looking at, I mean, like, literally all we have left, if we just look at the 40K models, I'm not even talking about the fantasy stuff and all that. And let's put away, let's set Primaris Marines aside. And then in the Admech stuff that's coming from the Imperium magazine, the Sisters of Battle from the Imperium magazine. All we have left before we start touching Space Marines, like, you know, Firstborn, we have to finish the Chaos, which is Iron Legion. Oh, it said Imperial Fist. Good God. Iron Legion. What the hell am I saying? Iron Warriors. Thousand Suns. And then that's it for Chaos. And then we've got Dark Eldar, and whatever the hell it's called when they're mixed together. Yeah, I don't know what they're called. I can't remember. Anyway, those three. And then we've got oh, and I'm sorry, I'm not done, because I have to make and assemble. I have a bunch of them already done, the molds done, but I have to make and assemble my Fallen Chaos Army. I forgot about that. I mean, they're not really Chaos per se, but my Fallen Army. You know, they're all in robes, you know, hooded and everything like that. And then we've got 2 metal Cypher models, which I think are just going to end up being some kind of Fallen Sergeant, so I can use the new Cypher model as a Cypher. Or maybe, I don't know what his rules are. I thought back in the day he had something where he kind of had some kind of doppelganger thing going on. I don't know. But anyway, so I've got, okay, so Iron Warriors, Thousand Suns, and if I remember, the Fallen. And then that will be it for Chaos. Then Dark Eldar, and whatever the, is it Yanari? Maybe that's what they're called. And then when they're done, we have Tyranids, which is massive. That army alone probably has 1,000 models, I think, or it's going to be close. I know that. And Gene Stealer cults, which is not a huge army, but they'll add bulk to the Tyranids, of course. And then we've got all the Tyranid. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. We've got all the Gene Stealers from all the, what do I got, 8 or 9 boxes of Space Hulk of the 3rd edition, and then all those Terminators. So basically, once Tyranids are done, and I've gotten the rest of the models in from Imperium magazine, as that happens, I'm not really going to wait for them to get done. Then we start on the Firstborn, and it is going to be ridiculous. I mean, I'm sorry, and we still have, hold on, let's see, 18 minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We still have 13 Imperial Knights to put together. Oh God, someone help me. So yeah, yep, forgot about that too. Awesome. All right, let me look at this here. God. Alright, so I like this set of legs here because it's kind of moving.
Jokero Jim. Which legion are you the most proud of? Paint-wise.
Do you mean 30K or 40K? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. It's I like the salamanders, and the Imperium as a whole as you probably already know, are not the good guys. Okay, they're just not.
Jim. 40K.
Yeah, definitely salamanders. They're not. You know, the Imperium are not the good guys. There are no good guys. And if there are good guys, it's only the salamanders. They're the only ones that'll put themselves in front of humans, you know, and try to save them, you know, no matter the cost, in a way. And, you know, they still have familial ties, you know, to their families and stuff like that, and their tribes and whatnot. None of the other Space Marine chapters, you know, out there, they don't care. I mean, don't get me wrong, they care. I would say my second one would be Iron Snakes. Oh yeah, I gotta do Iron Snakes.
Lamenters are good too.
They are, I guess. I'm trying, but they're like most of the good Space Marine chapters where they they're not like salamanders. They're not going to go out of their way to save everybody that's there. They will do what they can, but they, you know, if it hurts the mission, it's like, okay, well, a few million died, but we saved billions, if that makes sense. They're not much different, you know, than the other ones, just that they have horrible luck. I'd like to have a Lamenters chapter, or, you know, army. Lamenters, and I'm not looking forward to painting yellow. That might become a problem, but we'll see. I got some ideas on how I would like to do that. Anyway, all right, which legs do we want to use? Well, I tell you what, let's just take, yeah, we're just gonna start putting legs together. Wait a minute, let me think about this here. And I also want to get to the point that I'm making videos where I really want to get into making videos, not just live stuff. But right now I just don't have the time. Between school, kids, work, and trying to get things done around the house, just unfortunately don't have the time. And I'd like to figure out some of these YouTube tricks that people do, but I think the problem I have, when I say tricks, I mean like, you know, making my videos higher quality. I think the issue is my camera, because all I have is a Logitech Brio webcam for me, and I have my Samsung Galaxy S20 phone for this, which is a really good camera. But
would you be interested in doing lore videos?
Absolutely. Now, I don't have the voice and whatnot of Baltimore, you know, that kind of thing, but sure. Now, that being said, I don't know. If I was going to do lore, I think it would be, I think I would do it in such a way that it was more of what I thought the tactical strengths and weaknesses were based on the fight as we know it. I think that's where I would be strong versus, you know, I mean, I'm never going to be able to compete with guys like, you know, Lewitton, and I wouldn't even want to compete with him. I listen to him. I love listening to him. But the one strength I have that they don't is, you know, not to build myself up here, but, you know, actual combat experience, both conventional and unconventional. And so when I read the books, I probably read them a lot differently than most people do. Or take in things a lot different than most people do. And, you know, when I can sit there and say, hey, look, you know, this is bullshit, or this couldn't work this way, and here's why, you know, I'm not speaking out of my ass. And yes, we can say, oh, well, it's the 41st millennium, you know, space magic, blah, blah, blah. I'm not talking about that stuff. I'm talking about, you know, just stuff that the writers would have missed and really wouldn't understand. You know, like, here's a perfect example. So, one thing that annoys the shit out of me in almost every book I've ever read is the lore. Well, not the lore. Well, the lore has changed. Like, idiots like Matt Ward and stuff ruined it. But it's not about that. It's the character of the Space Marine himself. If you think of everything you know about a Space Marine, okay, whether it's 30K or 40K, it doesn't matter, okay? Thunder Warriors, whatever. What are you told when they're going through everything? You know, through the process of becoming a Space Marine. In a lot of cases, mind wiped, or not necessarily mind wiped, but I mean, I know there's some chapters that physically do that, and they do it relatively often, even after they're Space Marines. But basically, they're indoctrinated, you know, in their brain, if you will, to a point of not, you know, it's. I realize that the authors and Games Workshop had to start making them relatable to people, but the amount, if you take a look at every book you have ever read, ask yourself, how many times do you have a Space Marine questioning an order? Questioning, I mean, look at the game Space Marine. The Codex Astartes is not supported to say, shut up, Leandros. You're a menial peon Space Marine. You're going to talk to a Space Marine captain that way? Come on. None of that makes any sense. You know what I mean? Hell, the sergeant didn't even rebuke him for that. You know, that's if you were to look at it in real terms, you know, that would have never happened, you know, in real life. I mean, it just wouldn't have. Not without, you know, serious, you know, repercussions. But, you know, I mean, you know, like I said, we can what if it's death, and no, it's not real life, you know, it's sci-fi, blah, blah, blah. Right. But if you read everything that you've read, and, I mean, it's almost like, okay, I've got all these superpowers, and I've got, you know, or you know, I've been souped up, if you will. I know what my mission is. I believe so fervently in the Emperor and our mission, you know, so forth and so on.
It would be cool to see Leandros as a servitor and Satanus as a dreadnought in Space Marine 2.
I don't know that. I have no connections with Games Workshop, but I'm gonna tell you right now. I got a feeling Leandros is a captain. I think he's a Space Marine captain, and I think he might even. Well, he may not even make an entrance, but I feel like if he did, if anybody was going to turn to chaos, it would be him. Sedonis, yeah, I could see him as a dreadnought. I could see that, but I mean, it might. I don't know. That might ruin his character a little bit. Plus, I mean, what are you going to do with a dreadnought in such close confines? You know what I mean? But if you look at what these Space Marines, you know, everything that they're made to be, you know, no fear, all this kind of stuff, yet they have doubts constantly, and you're going to tell me that same person who has doubts, you know, over the little things isn't going to have doubts on the battlefield? It doesn't add up. It's literally somebody screwed up is what I'm getting at. In my mind, for Space Marines, not that they're robots, okay, but they are singular in purpose. They follow orders to the letter. You know, that's the way it is. That's how they were able to be so strong. I mean, look at the Thunder Warriors alone, how they were able to do the things that they did. You know what I mean? Their purpose, and they weren't as programmed as Space Marines were. Or I'm sorry, current Space Marines are. You know what I mean? That's the stuff that doesn't make any sense to me. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, got all the legs out. Don't know which leg goes to which because we have no instructions, but we'll figure it out. So clearly this is a right leg guy. It's probably not him. That's not him. This guy needs a left leg. That'll help. Let's see. There's a left leg. This looks like him. Maybe. Possibly. Yep, that's him. Okay. This has got to be this guy because it's missing half his back. Yep, that's him. Let's see what we got here. Another right legger. Oh no, he needs left leg. So this guy's missing half his back, so that one probably goes there. Yep. So that means this one goes with this guy. Undoubtedly. Because he's missing his butt. Yep. And now we just got to figure out these two dudes. This guy's got a lot of a lot of chainmail. So this might be him. I'm thinking it is. Yep. So that's him. That just leaves this. Another guy with no butt. He got his ass chewed. I know, that was cliche as hell. Alright, cool. That wasn't so hard. Uh-oh. Don't you tell me that. Where? Oh. It's been a while since I used this glue tube, so... Oh, I've been making sprue goo and all kinds of stuff, man. Well, I say I've been making it. So I said in the last video that I made, or maybe it was, yeah, it wasn't in a short. Okay, I'm doing this backwards. That I cut up a ton of dark Eldar sprues to get all the little spikes and stuff off. I am not exaggerating when I tell you it took me hours. Like 2 or 3 hours. Okay, what's going on here, man? Why are we having problems now? We weren't having problems before. There we go. And then after I did all that, I cut up some of it and made sprue goo with it. I bought the, I haven't even, I don't know if I installed it or if I don't know what I did, but I bought that game, the orc game. Hold on, let me see if I got it. Just for fun. It's something teeth or something, I don't know. But I can tell you this, my game room has me severely motivated to get all my terrain squared away, paint it up, and start painting models and gaming with them. That I can tell you for certain. Let's see here. I know I installed it. Pretty sure I installed it. Oh yeah, we got Warhammer 40,000 Chaos Gate Demon Hunters. Bought that because it was on sale. Shoot His Blood and Teeth. That's the one. And I also bought World War Z Aftermath. I'm curious about that. Probably get my butt handed to me, but you know. There's a lot of these I forgot I had. Ugh, Dawn of War 3. Ugh, ugh. No. Bought a bunch of these on sale, and I forgot that I did. All right, yeah, shoot his blood and teeth. Looks like it's gonna be fun. Could you have too much Warhammer? Sure. But when you make the claim that it'll never get painted, or you'll never have enough time to paint it all, I disagree with that. I think it depends on the level that you want to paint it. Obviously, I'm not going to be trying for any Golden Demon Awards. Not even sure I'm that good anymore. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you guys. So I got this awesome light. I can't remember what the heck's called. Hold on, let me look it up real quick. Let's see here. We got, it's called a NeatFi or NeatFi. I think it's NeatFi. 2200 lumens LED task lamp with clamp. That'll go on the desk, and it swivels all over, so that's going to help me out a lot because the current lamp I have sits on the desk and it sucks, to be honest with you. I also bought Yocto Sun head mount magnifier. Thought about trying that stuff out just because. And I mean, and I also bought the it's a lighted headband magnifier, another set, and they both come with different powered lenses or whatever. I just wasn't sure, you know, they were pretty cheap, so I wasn't sure what was gonna give me headaches or fit on my head or whatever. I've never used a magnifier before, so I think it might actually be pretty cool. Like I said, I don't wear glasses. I have 20/10 vision, but I mean, why not? You know, especially that cheap. And when I checked it out with my Necrons, like I held up a Necron or whatever and just tried the various, you know, lenses, worked out pretty well. Alright, so these are all good to go. So if I was looking at these, wait a minute, hold on. Right, we need to find their chest pieces. Without ruining something here. Okay, so we've got chest pieces here. And that's the stage that we're going to be at for... Wait a minute. Some of these guys don't... Okay. For making the mold. I mean, I'll be able to build a Black Legion too. Hell, I might even just turn around and sell all those those old out-of-print Plague Marines. I don't know. I doubt it. Kind of like them. Besides, they match my Firstborn better.
Jokero Jim. Does your YouTube channel name have anything to do with your military service?
Yeah, a little bit. So my other name or handle that I use is called Wounded Badger, and I guess I just decided, you know, that wouldn't really play out well for a YouTube channel name, so I went with Angry Badger. When I was very young in the Marine Corps, so not that I have anything against anybody that drinks, but I don't have a taste for alcohol. I just don't like it. Never have. It's just not my thing. I was always designated driver for my sniper platoon, and this probably make you laugh. They had purchased together before I got there. They hadn't fixed it up until after I got there, but they bought a small school bus, like the shorter buses. And once, I guess after I'd been there, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 months, something like that, they painted the whole thing white and put flowers on it like you see on the Scooby-Doo Mystery Machine. Just totally like, you know, hippie-ish. And then on the inside, they ripped out the seats, and then they turned them sideways and lined them up along the sides and rebolted them back in and all that stuff. You know, they did it. They got it passed by state troopers and all that. And then they put a disco ball in the center. They cut a hole in the back that had a hatch, so like if you were, you know, sick or whatever, you could puke out the hatch onto the road. It was horrible. And then the rest of it was basically a bus. Well, and I drove that thing. Well, we went to this bar or whatever it's called, or was, I don't know if it still exists, it's so long ago. I mean, it was in the 90s, like early 90s. It's called the Yellow Rose. Kind of a biker bar type thing, but it was mostly all Marines that went anyway, that kept it in business, I think. And you know, we've got 40 guys. We have a 40-man platoon, and they slam-packed that little bus to go this night for whatever reason. They wasn't always 40 guys, is my point. And everybody's there, and I go and sit in the corner, you know, at a table by myself, you know, just back to the wall and kind of hanging out. And everybody's having a good time, and these 6 Marines came up, not of our platoon. 6 other Marines came up and sat, and it's a pretty big round table that they have these in there. Sat down next to me, and one of them, you know, he's, you know, identifies himself as Sergeant, whatever the heck his name was, I don't remember. And I'm like a Lance Corporal, you know, I'm not a non-commissioned officer or anything like that. He knew exactly what I was there for, designated driver. And at first I thought he was just trying to test me to see if I would drink anything. But what he ended up doing was getting pissed off because I wouldn't, and he was trying to force me to drink something, you know, by using his rank. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that. And I'm thinking to myself, this, you know, it's no big deal. All of my guys are here, all my NCOs are here, blah blah blah. Well, before I knew it, the table was flipped over and I'm fighting, and I don't know what happened other than I know that nobody else jumped in, which shocked the hell out of me when I realized what was going on. But when it was over, and I'm not kidding, I was the only one standing. Well, I was getting up off the floor from subduing the last guy. Sergeant Ash is his name, came over, stood in front of me, and he crossed his arms like this with beer in his hand, and he goes, and he was from Alabama, he goes, "God damn, boy, you fight like a wounded badger." And it just stuck from then on, and that became my call sign, all kinds of stuff. And yeah, it was crazy. So yeah, that's kind of where that came from. Let's see, you're probably gonna be something with chainmail or without. Probably without. I don't like these that have the little Chaos Star thing on them. Maybe that's just Legion. No, that's not gonna work.
Jokero Jim. A puke hatch face with tears of joy.
Yep. Yep. And every time we would come to the base, I opened that little slide window on the school bus, and man, just the smell of the alcohol would come wafting out and just smack the military police guy right in the face. And I'd always get yelled at, and they'd all laugh at me. He's like, "Get off that bus!" And I get out there, they make me walk the line, all this stuff, you know. Yeah, it was hilarious. That was a long time ago, man. Let's see. Nope, not that one. Okay. Needless to say, girls were not allowed on that bus. Just in case. Okay, wait a minute. If none of these fit, alright, I'm a little lost here. What's going on? That's the only problem with not having what you need for instructions. Unless these are options for him. I don't think so, but I guess it could be. That one's kind of plain anyway. No. It's definitely not an option thing. Wait a minute, let me check this one out. Well, that one fits on him too. Okay, that fits on him. So maybe these two were options. Not entirely positive on that one. Okay. Oh, what was that? What the heck happened? Hopefully you guys didn't lose me. Oh, I must have hit the Xbox button. My bad. Okay. That fits. We'll start calling this, instead of how to build, it'll be puzzle making or puzzle assembling with Angry Badger. Angry Badger puzzle assembling. I don't think there are any other options. Because there's only three sprues per group. And I don't see any on here. Unless I didn't cut one. Or somehow got it wrong. I don't think so. This guy's supposed to, I mean, it looks like it fits on him okay. But he's supposed to have some kind of something going in there. In that hole. I just don't see it. Unless it's this one right here. Yep. Keyhole. No. It doesn't fit. Fits on him. I don't know, man. That's weird. Yep. Wish we had the instructions. Would be nice. I'm sure I'll figure it out at some point. Nope. I'm just putting a little glue on the top to hold it in case for some reason I gotta pull it apart. I just don't understand what this hole is for. I don't know. And these don't fit on there. This one's a possibility, there's a huge gap. This one has a huge gap too. Oh, something's wrong. That one looks better. Okay. I guess that's just what it is. I don't know. And then we've got a couple extra pieces here. But we've got 10 of these guys, so that's all that's in here. This one right here, and I'm thinking let's see here, this one, actually, maybe these two. These two would be good for like a Khorne Berserker type body, which could beef up my Khorne army. And then this one and this one would be perfect for just, you know, bulking out the forces of any of my Chaos Marines, really. Well, except for Thousand Suns and Plague Marines, can't, or Death Guard can't do that. Alright, so let's take a look at I think the best ones to go with for this mission is probably going to be this one, because it's so robust. And we don't want to have to put multiple pieces together, so let's see here. I would say this one. Okay. And we don't want them standing there with their guns just kind of like those other Marines. I want something more action-ish. And I don't want to have these hanging bullets. I don't like that at all. I've never liked that, actually. Want something simple, so I'm thinking this right here. And before we get carried away, I'm going to go to Warhammer instructions. I thought I had it here. Apparently not. Just trying to find the damn instructions guy. It's never easy to search for anything on here for some reason. I don't know why. I think I might have found it. It's all going to depend on That's not it. Nope, that's not it. Oh, I think I found it. Finally. Okay, so this was number 4. Was the gun arm. Ugh. So we need number 5 for the arm. There it is. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to reach over here and do the same thing. So we have 2. And then we need number, where is it? Number 5. Mambo number 5. Okay. Oh, those are the from the other box set. I was like, why do I have more than 3 sprues? I have to make copies of those as well, and some of the weapon arms for some Terminators that I have. Let's see here. What am I looking for? Am I looking for anything? I don't think so. Alright, shoulder pads. We want to do this right, because we want them to be basically Iron Warriors. So, which, are you still there, by the way, Jokero? Because this is something that, when I look at Iron Warriors, most of the stuff I've seen, their yellow stripes are on the shoulder pad or on the right hand side. But I saw something where Duncan did it on the left side. I haven't found anything that says that it's one side or the other. Any ideas on that? What I'm trying to figure out here is what other what other shoulder pad I would want them to have. I'm thinking this one right here looks pretty generic. Okay. So as far as that goes, we're good. I would say what do we got here? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We need 20. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So I'd have to be careful about that. So really, since I can make multiples of these, okay. Now, the question is, we need, let's see here. What I need is to see if I have a chain axe in my bits box somewhere. Let me see. kinds of bits here. This is mostly all Black Templar stuff, but I was hoping maybe I had something resembling a chain axe or something. Well, we need that for that Land Raider. Don't need that guy. I know I'm supposed to be looking for a chain axe, but I just came across some of the major pieces that I need for this, so I might as well pull them out now. This is why I don't throw anything away. You just never know. This right here, this is a Chaos Dreadnought plasma cannon. It was the only plasma cannon I'd ever seen. I don't have the Dreadnought, never did, but I used it many a time, just lightly glued onto a regular Dreadnought because they had it in the book, but you couldn't find it anywhere. Okay, well there's Khorne Berserker's plasma pistol. So where the heck's the damn gotta be a chain axe somewhere or something. Yes, here's another plasma pistol. Khorne Berserker. I'll hold on to those too. I might need those. Probably not in there. So we got our orcs bag here, orcs bits. Might have something we can finagle here. Just taking a cursory look before I get too involved. But wait a minute, do Khorne Berserkers all have chain axes? If not, then this is a moot point. Here, let me check real quick on this computer with Battle Scribe. I may not even need to bother. Let's see. Khorne Berserker. Says chain blade, so it shouldn't matter. Shouldn't matter that it's not an axe or whatever. I mean that it's not an axe. So we've got plenty of those. So if that's the case, what we'll do, we'll take this one, which looks pretty normal, easy to copy. And let's see if we've got, it says they mostly come with bolt pistols. So let's grab we'll grab this one. Well, that just simplified everything, didn't it? And then we'll grab the same one. Actually, let's grab a different arm, just because. Let's see here. Yeah. And we'll grab a different different sword too. So we grabbed that one. Let's get this one. Now let's get this one over here. Well, it needs to be the meatier of the two. So perhaps we get this one. Yep, that'll work. And then let's look at heads. Well, we really don't need that. We've got a couple, because I like those heads. I don't really like the horns at all, so I think we're good on that. Stop hitting my camera would be nice. Those weren't made in China, it's just a bag I had. And set that over. See if we can rip this guy apart real quick. Oh. Bingo. And same for his buddy. Oh wow, that's on there. Damn. I don't know about that one. I don't have a screwdriver around here. Took it downstairs, damn it. I think the easiest way for me to get this guy loose. Wow, man, he is on there. I've never seen anybody didn't glue that one. Man. Well, that's a solid. I don't think I've ever seen that before. This must have been a really old anrator that I bought a long time ago. Man. Oh, come on. Heard some crack. Yeah, got you. Got you. Yeah. So we'll shave that off. All this brown stuff you see, this is from when you put crazy glue or super glue or whatever on, and then you use zip kicker or some other, you know, fast drying catalyst. You can get it off, as you guys can see. It just takes a little bit of effort, and then, you know, I'm not planning on having a guy sticking out, so it's not a big deal. What is a big deal is all this crap on the bottom though. There we go. And then what I would do, once I got that seated, I will most likely just put these sealed hatches on there, like that. Then I have the other piece that'll have the, what am I trying to say? The other, whatever, little weapon system or antenna, whatever the hell it was. And I don't even have to do this because I literally can make a fresh one of these that I just messed around with to go on there with everything I need to include a Havoc missile launcher, which, that's right, that's what's got to go up there. I forgot about that. But either way, thing's still there if we need to, you know, if we need to replace something, whatever, maybe a different vehicle. And then of course this, because we are missing las cannons and we have broken ones now. What I'm not going to do for Iron Warriors, I'm what he supplied me with is the Chaos, whatever little gargoyle thing that goes on top of las cannon. I'm not doing that. I don't like it. I like a regular las cannon look, and that's what I'm going to roll with on these. So I'll be fixing them up that way. In the meantime, I'll throw these parts in here just so we don't lose them. Not the guys, of course. But I will take the storm bolter. those away. This away. Alright, so these guys are good to go, and these guys are going to be our mold guys. Even though I don't really like that, it's kind of World Eater-ish, so I'm okay with that, I guess. And they're running, so that's the other part. Nope, don't need these. Alright, so this is what we were hoping to accomplish, and looks like we were able to do so. So what will end up happening, not tonight obviously, is I will make a mold of this stuff. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I did not make or get a set of backpacks for the Corn Berserkers. Which is something I wanted to look at. I'm thinking I saw some skulls somewhere. Oh yeah, that. But I would have to put it together. I don't know. Yeah, why not? We can put it together and then we'll just assign it to them. Trying to figure out which backpack I would like to put on, or back portion I would like to put on there. I want something a little more Legion, so I guess this right here, like Legion, not, you know. Okay, and I know I don't have heads, but I have heads, so we'll use that for that. Set this over to the side real quick. Try to find the other one. There it is. And some of you guys may be like, geez man, it's so tedious and blah blah blah. Well, I mean, you're not wrong. But this is my hobby, just like it's your hobby. And I have plans. I want to enjoy my hobby. Cool. Alright. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I'm going to call it a night because I've got, whoops, guess I didn't include that. Guess we're not calling it a night yet. Got a lot to do tomorrow, namely shopping for the wood for the game table. I don't know how long that's going to take, considering every time I seem to go to the store, none of the wood seems to be straight. It all seems to be bowed and screwed up. So, can't have that. I was sitting there thinking while I was putting this together, these bodies right here would work out really well for dead Chaos Marines. Think about it. I have a bunch of dead Space Marines I made, but these would do great for these two right here would do great. So, all right. Well, everybody, thanks for hanging out, and please bear with me as we continue on this journey. And if you're new to the channel, please like, share, and subscribe. And we will see you guys next time. Take care.